According to the General Assembly of the UN, there is 8 years left to prevent irreversible damage from climate change. Hello and welcome to Florida Focus. My name's Layali Shalabi, and tonight we will talk about how animal farming impacts our environment and why veganism could potentially reverse these impacts. The overall demand for animal-based foods will be 70% higher than it currently is by the year 2050. The amount of land needed to supply this demand is the equivalent size of 2 Indias.
50 by 40 is a collective impact organization, and the collective aim is to reduce the production and consumption of animals, as the name suggests, by 50% by the year 2040.
50 by 40 works with a network of international organizations who are fighting to transform the food system.
The way we look at food systems is that food is complex. Food is everything from health to hunger to culture to food sovereignty and land rights. And so food is a complex issue that touches on these multiple issues altogether.
The global production of food is responsible for 1/3 of all planet-heating gases emitted by human activity.
We do get to vote with our wallets 3 times a day, and the less we have to depend on animal agriculture to feed our needs and get the protein that we need, the more we can slow down the carbon releasing, the deforestation, everything that animal agriculture is depleting from this planet.
As animal agriculture has become more industrialized and more people throughout the world have started eating more meat and dairy, the number of animals that we're raising and slaughtering each year has increased to what I understand, land animals, about 80 billion per year are being raised and slaughtered throughout the world.
Animal farming is the leading cause to rainforest deforestation. 75% of the Amazon rainforest is cut down for the production of soy, which is grown as animal feed.
800 million people who suffer from chronic hunger, and yet 1.9 billion people who are obese at the same time. So clearly the food system as it operates right now does not work for us.
As climate change is intensifying, within the next few years, if a major shift in everyone's way of life doesn't occur, the consequences will be lethal. If those watching want to live past 2030, stay tuned. If the world shifted to a plant-based diet, we could feed every mouth on the planet, and global farmland could also be reduced by more than 75%.
Each day, you save 1,500 gallons of water, 45 pounds of grain, 30 square feet of forest, and cut your carbon emissions by 50%. And this is just each day, simply by eating a plant-based diet rather than consuming meat or dairy or other animal products. So to me, that's pretty convincing that each day I could make that much difference.
Another nation the size of the U.S. can be fed with just the cropland that is used to currently feed animals. If we reconfigure cropland from animal feed to entirely human edible crops, we could feed an additional 350 million people.
The Oxford University says that the single most impactful thing that you can do to help the world, to help the environment right now, is to go plant-based. That's the single most impactful thing that you can do.
We could remove the equivalent of what makes up about 15% of the world's total greenhouse gas emissions by returning animal farms to natural vegetation.
Just Google factory farming. If that's not enough to make somebody go vegan, I don't know what is. I mean, it's just gruesome stuff that's out there. And people have watched these documentaries or these shorts, and you can't unsee those images. You just can't forget what you have just seen. And that, for a lot of people, is the enduring motivation.
The planet is dying. And when I say that, I also want to say the planet will recover. It is the human beings and the animals on it that will not survive, right? So it is literally a fight for our survival, not for the survival of the planet.
Time's running out. The impacts of global warming are appearing faster than expected. It's in our hands as the future generation to protect and save our Earth and to live as sustainable as we can. In Tampa, Layali Shalabi reporting for Florida Focus.